Most visitors come to the Royal Botanic Garden, Edinburgh to enjoy the flowers, feed the pigeons and lie in the sunshine. And that's great, we're very happy for them to do that. But for the curators and myself, it's really a lot more than that. We're trying to assemble a living collection of plants that's here to be used by a whole range of people, from scientists, conservationists, environmentalists, artists, students and all sorts of people like that. You can't grow every single plant in the world, and so what we try to do is to focus on the main groups of plants that are important for our scientists and also for our climates. But the work is much more akin to the work of a gallery curator or a museum curator, where we're talking about provenance, we're talking about maintenance, we're talking about care for these living plants now and into the future, to make sure that we bring together the best possible collection for all the people who want to use them. The Royal Botanic Garden Edinburgh is actually made up of 4 gardens. The headquarters is in Edinburgh, but then we have a further garden on the east coast, that's Dawyck Botanic Garden, our most recent acquisition, and then 2 on the west coast, Benmore Botanic Garden in Argyll, and south of Stranraer we have Logan Botanic Garden.
The Royal Botanic Garden Edinburgh has a history stretching back some 330 years. The living collection, or the plant collection that you can see around me today, has been amassed during this time. In recent years, garden staff and students have been involved in fieldwork overseas, particularly in southwest China and South America, in collecting what we call wild collected material. This greatly enhances this plant material's scientific and educational value. Horticultural staff have then displayed the plant material in the most attractive manner and makes the garden the feature that it is today.
Here at Benmore Botanic Garden we've got a 120-acre garden set in a very dramatic West Highlands scene. The garden is well known for its large trees and shrubs, great collections of conifers, rhododendrons and deciduous trees, many of which can reach over 180 feet in height. The garden is well known also for its avenue of giant redwoods, but also its geographic plantings from Bhutan, Chile, Tasmania and Japan. There's a very fine fernery, there's multiple collections of the plants designed to be planted in a very naturalistic fashion. The garden at its lowest point is 50 feet above sea level, rising to 450 feet above sea level.
Dawyck Botanic Garden is a regional garden of the Royal Botanic Garden Edinburgh. It is situated here in the Scottish borders near Peebles. Dawyck is the former woodland garden for Dawyck House, which is now in private ownership. The tree planting here goes back over 300 years. Gifted to the nation in 1978, it has a wonderful collection of historical and heritage trees. The oldest tree, dating back to 1680, is a European silver fir. The garden is home to the oldest trees within the Royal Botanic Garden Edinburgh's entire collections. The garden covers approximately 65 acres and has many thousands of plant specimens. The climate at Dawyck is quite unique. The garden is coast to coast, about as far inland as you can get in Scotland. This, when combined with the topography, means it has a weather system and climate all of its own. The winters are very cold and the summers are very warm. The growing season is short, with early and late frosts alike. This makes for sturdy, long-lived plants and trees which grow very slowly. The plant collections include vast North American conifers such as Douglas fir and Wellingtonia, and such oddities as the Dawyck beech. Many of the trees are first introductions of the species.
Logan enjoys very much an island-like climate. It receives very good light levels and very minimal amounts of frost. Usually most years it's unusual to get a frost between the end of April and often as late as November. The collections at Logan are very much based upon the Southern Hemisphere, countries such as Australasia, South Africa, Chile and the Atlantic Islands. Many of these plants thrive and often become weeds at Logan. In recent years, some of the recent introductions, such as Blacknum palmiforme, have settled in very well. Blacknum palmiforme, for example, is new to cultivation and will grow sufficiently well outside to not even require any protection during the winter months.
One of the most important groups of plants here at the garden are the conifers. That is, the cypresses, the pines, the spruces and firs. In all, we have about 350 species. That's about half of the world total of known species. These plants are collected as seed and then brought back to our tree and shrub nursery, where they're germinated and then grown on. And after that, they're distributed to the regional gardens.
So, the Royal Botanic Garden Edinburgh is made up of 4 very diverse gardens, each with a different microclimate and each with a very distinct landscape. But the living collection is a unified entity. It's one living collection with the same standards spread right the way through our 4 gardens. Whether they're dry on the east or wet on the west, whether they're formal gardens or woodland gardens. We try to exploit the best of the local situation, but maintain a single standard of collection management.